All right, this is my first presentation, so I'm just trying to figure out who is interested in the public safety administration or criminal justice public safety field. Just let me know so I can answer direct questions or give you an overview.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Great. Don Preston. My question, I've been in the law enforcement field for close to 30 years. I'm a retired sergeant from New Jersey. And what I'm looking for basically is investigations within the, police department. Do they have any programs down there, like that other than being a law enforcement, officer working in, let's say, like the DB or anything like that?
Well, if you wanted to go back, of course, I don't know if you'd want to go back through basic school. How long have you been out of law enforcement?
Since 2010.
Okay. So yeah, you would have to go back through the whole program and not just a basic number of hours. If there are probably some jobs in investigations through district attorney offices in the area. I know that some surrounding counties have jobs where you are assigned through a district attorney to help with investigations or guide investigations. But right off the top of my head, I don't know if there are any openings right now.
Okay. And that would be, again, the district attorney's office down here?
Yeah. Yes, sir. I'm aware of a few in the area that have their own liaison between agencies who are usually retired officers. So I don't know what kind of opportunities there are right, in the Wake County area, or if there's any close by right now. I just know that there has been in the past.
Okay. On hand, would you happen to have a contact number where I can reach out to someone, or a website that I can look up and pose my question to? Or just look up DA office, Wake County?
Yeah, DA's office, Wake County, and probably Indeed or somewhere. A lot of the areas use the government website for state and local jobs like that.
Right. I'm on Indeed. Okay.
Yeah, those websites usually have most of the government jobs. And when I say government, the district attorneys would be considered part of that through the county.
Okay. All right. Great. Yeah, I'm a little long in the tooth, man, to be going back to the academy, running around and what.
Well, you'd be surprised. We have one right now. I think one of our cadets right now is in their mid 40s, early 40s. Right now, the job market for law enforcement is just so many openings. They're literally, it got some stuff going on now in legislation trying to get us old retired cats back in and not messing with our local retirements. It's kind of interesting, actually, going right back to your same agency and not affecting your retirement. It's a little modification, but not as bad as it has been. Raise the need right now for anything in public safety, fire, EMS, and LEOs.
Okay. All right. Very informative. Thank you. I'm going to.
Anything else I can do for you, sir? Feel free to reach out if you come across any questions later. My email's on the website under public safety. I'm Mark, department head. Don't hesitate to reach out, because you know how it is. We got a lot of networking, and there may be other ways we can assist you or get you in the right place.
I greatly appreciate that, sir.
Anytime,
and
sir.
You have a great day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for participating and showing up. Appreciate it.
All righty. Take care.
Mark, do you want to talk a little bit about the basic law enforcement training program?
I certainly can. We have, in the public safety arena, we have, of course, we have the BLET program. We've got a fire academy, and we also have EMS. The BLET program right now is about 16 weeks. It is about 720 hours of law enforcement training. There's 36 blocks of instruction. Usually they test on Mondays. They can test anywhere from one to 5 blocks, depending on how many blocks they covered the week prior. I just left the academy. They were in teaching defensive tactics or subject control techniques today. Last week we were in the range there on campus at the public safety building. And once a cadet decides they want to be in our program, they can get a sponsor from a local agency, which helps with the tuition. And from there, they just have to spend, like I say, the 16 weeks with us, mostly 8 to 5. But like last week, we had some nights. When they do driver's training, they'll have nights. And when they do some vehicle stops and patrol techniques, they'll have night training. And once they complete that, they take the state exam. And after passing the state exam, they're eligible for law enforcement employment anywhere in the state, except for agencies who run their own academy. Some of the big agencies run their own academy, but having basic law enforcement does assist with getting into these other programs. Right now, the Highway Patrol is recruiting out of basic schools, and they turn around and run what they call a short school. Raleigh PD runs their own school, so that would be completely different. But most of the agencies hire out of basic schools, and that's from all parts of North Carolina. We also have a 2-year degree program upstairs. That is for curriculum. It is a associate's degree for criminal justice technology and criminal justice technology with a concentration in forensics. We also have public safety administration degree. And from all of those, you can get move into either a career or into the 4-year programs at colleges that we have articulation agreements with. The fire program, they run their academy. It's connected with the Wake County fire programs or the entity of Wake County Fire. Once they complete that, they can go to any agency and start there. And like I said, right now there's plenty of openings in both those fields. And of course, EMS has their world of EMT paramedic. The good thing about the career in a year, fire academy, police academy, and EMT is they can go straight and get on the job. The EMT, they have a crosswalk that goes from paramedic job to if they want to go and get a paramedic associate's degree. It can crosswalk over in some of the same classes, roll over, just like our BLET. If you complete our BLET, you get credit for 18 hours of classes towards your associate's degree in criminal justice. The public safety administration degree is set up pretty interesting. You can use your Department of Corrections certificate, which is Con Ed, and we do have that class available. Detention officer certification course is also offered at Wake Tech. You complete your degree, that certificate, you can use some of those hours towards your public safety administration. Your fire, you get credit for your fire certificate, and you can get credit for some of your EMS certificates, as well as the 911 telecommunicator certificate. All of those that are in Con Ed will allow you to have a certain number of hours associated to your public safety administration degree. So it is a great crosswalk for people who want to start in those programs, start in a job. And then what we find in our fields is as you move up the ladder in trying to get promoted or supervision, you need that 2-year degree or 4-year degree. And we are able to get you started down that path. That's the advantage of all of our programs coming together. And I see that Ms. Jenkins is putting all of that information on the chat for anyone who's interested. And I tell most people when I do a presentation, the easiest way to get all your answers or questions answered is to email me and let's talk one-on-one, because every student has a different transcript. different history of classes, as well as coming out of high school and some of the options there. So it's kind of hard to say, excuse me, exactly how how Wake Tech can take what you have and put you on the path of getting your degree or certificate towards your job. Any other questions? Anyone have a question on that? Any more specifics I need to cover? Akeisha, are you trying to, I'm not hearing anything. I see you lighting up, but I'm not hearing anything. I see your you're typing, Akeisha. We'll stand by for your question. No, we can't hear you, Akeisha. Public Safety Administration. Basically, there's kind of 4 ways to do that. The one is just a public safety administration degree. What it covers is public policy. If you think about someone in city government or county government, it covers public policy, grant writing, law and ethics within within public safety administration. Or if you're wanting to be a supervisor in fire, say EMS, 911, emergency management, or law enforcement. Even the law enforcement section, you get more credit if you're in BLET to go to CJ Technology, but you do get credit if you go to BLET and want public safety administration. So it depends on where you're starting. If you're starting out with no certificate of any of the DOC, corrections, detention officer, or if you don't have, if you've got any fire, EMS, or 911, like I said earlier, those certificates can give you some hours towards your degree. If not, it's about a 65-hour program. It's linked here on the website that Mr. Jenkins put up. You also have your continuing ed, your general education courses, your English, humanities, things of that nature to go along with your courses. But most of your courses are based around the administration, and with the public safety degree, you get a little bit of information from on fire, EMS, emergency management, stuff like that. So you kind of get an overview of all of what public safety entails. I hope that helped with your question. It can be done completely online. If you do public safety administration, if you've got the certificates, you can finish it online, totally online. So that's a wonderful aspect of it for a working person, especially if you're in the field, if you're on rotating shifts or have time, it can be completed online. Yes, Public Safety Administration, it was rewritten for Wake Tech just prior to my arrival at the fall of last year. It is building great momentum. Like I said, it really helps someone who is in these fields be prepared for a management supervisor step. Things like employee evaluations, writing grants, things of that nature. How to run a budget for a city or for a small department of your city. It's good information on that. So that's kind of why it's set up that way. Do you have prior work experience in this field? All right, I see you're certified nursing assistant. Think about it as the administrative side of that job. Public Safety Administration sets people up for the administrative side versus what you did is the hands-on. It's kind of like taking the 911 operator that was on the console, and all of a sudden they have to be the supervisor of the 911 team. So it kind of gives that kind of information to the student. Grant writing is a wonderful, interesting job. It's wonderful when you get them. It's a lot of paper shuffle. I've had the opportunity to write grants, and I say I'm 2 for 3, meaning I wrote 3 and I only got one out of 3. Very small one, but managing grants, it's interesting. I had to take over for someone who left and managed a grant. That's a year's worth of paperwork to keep up with. And when you're doing it with an agency, everybody has to turn in a certain amount of paperwork. So grant writing and managing those is a challenge. A lot of agencies look for grant writers because there's money out there if you can find it. It's just a matter of how to prepare, document, and then document some more. So it's a pretty interesting course within that program. Stacy, I worked with some of the care team people last week. I'll tell you the same thing. Any questions about public safety, you can call me. I'll try to answer it. If not, I can find someone who knows the right answer. Trying to get the students lined up to what we need. There's some intricacies when you deal with basic school sliding into the 2-year degree program, or these certificates flipping into the degree. Each one has its own little nuance that we have to work through, but feel free to contact us. We'll see what we can do to help our student get furthest down the path they can. Like I said, BLET can get you 18 hours for criminal justice, but only gives you 12 hours public safety administration. But then there's different advantages depending on where the student wants to end up in their career or where they want to be 5 years from now. Which CPD is that, Carrie? I'm assuming for this area. Akeisha, as far as an exam, not really an exam. You have to, your entrance into Wake Tech depends on your admissions, your application, your transcript, depending on when you came out of high school, things of that nature. We are in both programs. I will tell you, we try to set you up for either going into a 4-year degree and not get blown away on your first class, or set you up for a job. We do focus probably, if you want to look at math versus English, we focus on English more than we would math, only because of the fact, well, depending on which area you fall, because most of what we do is writing reports. A lot of times nobody sees in your work other than something that you've written. And if you end up have to go to court, depending on where you are there, your reports get picked apart by the lawyers and the judges. So we focus pretty heavily on being able to write what you've done, what you're able to do, things of that nature, how to do some research on things. So English is kind of one of our focuses internal when we do all of our work. Second thing we look at is being able to get up in front of people and speak. Not that I'm doing a good job tonight, but you have to be able to problem solve on your feet. You've got to communicate with people at all walks of life, network. If you're in public safety administration, being able to communicate with all types of people get them prepared for the next step in whatever investigation. So public speaking is important, and of course our writing communication skills. Stacy, I see that your dean is Corey Blanchard. He's not that's not the rest of Corey Blanchard, I'm assuming. I'm just joking. Whatever you need with anything on the public safety side, yes, we look forward to keep working and building that program. We've had a pretty good success here in the last couple of months with enrollment. So we're really excited about how it's progressing and how it will move on. Reaching out to the fire, EMS, and the corrections DOC field, trying to get into 911 also. I think we have a wonderful program. I just don't know that a lot of the people in the business, so to speak, know it exists and know what the advantages it has yet. All right, Stacy and Keisha, I appreciate your time. Like I said, the biggest thing is if you come up with any questions, just email me. That's the best way to track me down because I'm in and out of the office, jumping around between teaching a little bit and just trying to figure out everything. So just email me and I'll get back with you. All you okay at this point? I appreciate everybody's time. I'll be on here for a minute. If anybody has any other questions or comments.